Every individual who walks the face of this earth is born with a silent contract etched into the blueprint of their being, a calling to evolve, to grow, and to accomplish that which seems beyond the limits of the ordinary mind. This contract is not drafted with ink and paper, but is authored by the unseen hand of destiny through visions, through longings, through the whispers of dreams that stir in the midnight hour. These dreams are not arbitrary fancies. They are the blueprint of greatness coded into the subconscious, waiting patiently and persistently for the right moment to be acknowledged, to be believed in, and most of all, to be acted upon. There are dreams that visit us as children when the noise of the world has not yet dulled our inner voices. There are dreams that spark during moments of silence when our hearts remember their original language. And there are dreams that return again and again, even after we've tried to bury them beneath the weight of practicality and fear. These dreams are persistent because they are vital. They are not decorations for the idle mind, but directives from the deeper part of your being. And there are 7 in particular that you must never ignore, for in each of them lies the key to your power, your wealth, your joy, and your destiny. The first dream is the one that ignites when you see someone else succeed, and something inside you says, "That could be me." This is no accident. The desire to become greater is the soul's recognition of its own potential. When you feel that tingle in your spine as you witness someone reach an extraordinary level of achievement, it is not envy, it is a divine signal. It is the call to rise. You must never ignore that sensation. It is your inner self reminding you of what you were made for. You may attempt to suppress it by reasoning with logic, telling yourself that such success is reserved for others, that your background or circumstances disqualify you. But understand this: your circumstances are the soil in which your destiny is planted, not the prison in which it is confined. That dream is a seed. Water it with belief, feed it with action. Give it light through discipline and patience, and it will grow into the reality that was always meant to be yours. The second dream you must never ignore is the one that returns in your darkest moments. This is the vision that flickers when you feel broken, when your heart is weary, when your efforts seem futile. It comes like a whisper in the storm, a faint glow in the night, and yet it is more powerful than any success you have ever known. Why? Because it survives the fire, it walks with you through the shadows, it refuses to die even when all else falls apart. This dream is not fueled by external validation, but by internal conviction. And when a dream chooses to walk with you through the valley of despair, you must recognize it for what it truly is, your life's compass. It will lead you out if you follow it, and it will shape you into a new being along the way. That dream is not a fantasy, it is your anchor. Hold on to it, trust it, and let it pull you toward the summit of your purpose. The third dream is the one that disrupts your sleep. It wakes you at night with visions too vivid to ignore. It lingers in your mind like a melody you can't forget. It knocks on the doors of your thoughts during the quiet hours and demands your attention. This is the kind of dream that won't let go because it is not meant to. It is the voice of the future reaching back through the veil of time, calling you to meet it in a place that only the brave can reach. It is not a dream of comfort. It is a dream of calling. It will make you uncomfortable. It will unsettle your routines. It will ask of you more than you think you can give. But the discomfort is the price of admission to the life you were born to live. If you dare to rise, to answer that call, to build what has never been built before, then this dream will shape your legacy. Never ignore it. It is your personal revolution in disguise. The fourth dream you must never ignore is the one that scares you. The dream that feels too big, too far, too impossible. That dream is not an enemy, it is a test. It stands before you not to mock you, but to measure your belief. Fear in this context is a signal. It tells you that you have entered the territory of transformation. The reason it terrifies you is because it stretches you beyond your current limits. But you must not run, you must not shrink. The presence of fear is proof that you are touching something meaningful. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision that something else is more important. And when your dream frightens you, it is simply inviting you to grow into the version of yourself who can hold it. Say yes to that invitation. Do not cower before it. Lean into the fear and let it sculpt you into the person your destiny requires. The fifth dream you must never ignore is the one that feels like play. This dream brings you joy, energy, and ease. When you engage with it, hours pass like minutes. You feel alive, electric, in flow. You've been taught to believe that success must come through struggle, that joy is separate from work, and that the path to greatness is one of constant hardship. But the truth is that the most extraordinary lives are often built on the foundation of joy. When something makes your spirit sing, when you lose yourself in a task and feel more found than ever before, that is a dream knocking. That is not childish enthusiasm. It is divine alignment. That sense of play is not trivial. It is a clue, it is a compass pointing you toward your zone of genius. The world will try to convince you to abandon it in favor of security, but security without joy is a gilded cage. Do not trade your wings for chains. That dream that feels like play is your highest frequency. Follow it. The sixth dream you must never ignore is the one that persists despite failure. You have tried, you have given your all, and still the door did not open. Most would walk away. Most would interpret failure as a sign to stop. But you are not most. You are one who has been chosen by a dream that will not leave you alone. You wake up thinking about it. You go to sleep haunted by it. You tell yourself to move on, but your heart refuses. This is not delusion. This is destiny. Understand that failure is not the end. It is the forge. It is the process by which the world ensures that you are ready to handle what you are asking for. Each rejection is a redirection. Each disappointment is a refinement. If the dream continues to live in your soul despite repeated setbacks, it is because it is more than a wish. It is your assignment. You were not meant to give up. You were meant to get up, again and again, until the door that was once closed bursts open with thunderous clarity, and you walk through it, not as a wanderer, but as a warrior. The seventh dream you must never ignore is the one that involves serving others. This is the dream that lifts your eyes beyond yourself. It is the vision that connects your pain, your growth, and your gifts into something greater than personal gain. It is the dream that turns your journey into a bridge for others to cross. This dream is the most powerful of them all because it is rooted in love. When your desire becomes not only to rise, but to raise others, you have tapped into the infinite. This dream will give you energy beyond exhaustion. It will give you meaning beyond money. It will give you strength beyond suffering. When you align your ambition with service, you unlock the full force of creation. Your life becomes a conduit for greatness, and your name is etched into the eternal, not for what you gained, but for what you gave. Never ignore the dream that compels you to lift others. That is the dream that reveals your highest self. These dreams are not mere suggestions. They are not figments of the imagination. They are soul-level instructions encrypted into your being by the architect of your future. Each dream is a summons. Each one is a promise. And each one requires your decision. The difference between the masses and the masters is not luck, nor intelligence, nor connections. It is the willingness to believe in the invisible, to act on the improbable, and to persist through the impossible. The moment you say yes to one of these dreams, you are no longer ordinary. You have entered the ranks of those who shape reality. You must treat your dreams as sacred contracts. You must guard them from cynicism. You must nurture them with discipline. You must trust them even when the world calls them foolish, for the world does not know what you carry. Only you can see it, only you can hear it, and only you can birth it into the world. Others may doubt, but their doubt is irrelevant. You have been chosen, you have been prepared, you have been whispered to by eternity, and now it is your turn to answer. Dreams are not random. They are inner directives from your higher self, pointing you toward your purpose. Each recurring dream, whether it stirs excitement, fear, or even failure, is a unique signal calling you to rise, evolve, and fulfill a specific assignment that only you can accomplish. The dreams that feel like play or involve lifting others are the most aligned with your highest potential. When you experience joy, flow, and a desire to serve, you're tapping into a greater power, one that transcends personal ambition and channels your gifts into legacy. You said, Expnad12 ChatGPT said, certainly. Here's an expanded version of both keynotes. 1. Dreams are not random. They are inner directives from your higher self, pointing you toward your purpose. Within each human being lies an internal guidance system, an unseen compass calibrated by a force greater than circumstance or logic. When a dream repeatedly visits your mind, whether it sparks enthusiasm, evokes fear, or appears in your darkest moments, it is not coincidence. It is a coded message from your deeper self, meant to awaken you to who you are meant to become. These dreams are instructions from your future, written in the language of imagination. They are not born from fantasy, but from the dormant potential within you, waiting to be activated. The dream that sparks when you see someone else succeed, the one that returns even after failure, or the one that disrupts your sleep. Each of these is a divine nudge urging you to rise. When you feel that persistent pull, you are not being tempted by wishful thinking. You are being summoned by destiny. To ignore such a dream is to delay your own evolution. To answer it is to align with the reason you were born. 2. The dreams that feel like play or involve lifting others are the most aligned with your highest potential. Not all dreams come with fear or resistance. Some feel like joy, like energy, like freedom. These are the dreams that make time disappear, that fill you with a sense of purpose even in the mundane details. You may have been taught that hard work must be painful to be valuable, but this is a misunderstanding of true success. The dreams that feel effortless are not signs of laziness. They are signs of alignment. When you are operating in your zone of genius, where passion meets natural talent, life itself begins to flow in your favor. Even more powerful are the dreams that call you to serve others. These are not about gaining recognition, but about creating impact. They transform personal ambition into collective elevation. When your dream begins to include the healing, inspiring, or empowering of others, it takes on a sacred energy. It becomes a mission. And in fulfilling that mission, you unlock a level of fulfillment, influence, and inner peace that no amount of money or status could ever replicate. The greatest tragedy is not in failing to reach a dream, but in never daring to pursue it. For within every persistent dream lies the seed of purpose, the root of personal greatness, and the spark of legacy. Life does not reward hesitation. It honors decision, it magnifies belief, it accelerates action. When you honor the dreams placed within you, you are not merely chasing desires, you are answering a higher calling, declaring to the universe that you are ready to live not as a spectator, but as a creator. The world has always belonged to those who believed in what they could not yet see, and moved forward with the quiet certainty that what they were building in the unseen would one day become undeniable. Let that be you. Let your dreams be your instructions, your roadmap, and your testimony. For those who dare to believe and persist will always find that the dream was not just possible, but inevitable.